I'm Federico, and I'm the Chief Everything Officer for Cubeyou. Cubeyou is a market research technology. The way we do it is by applying, let's say, the safe and sound methodologies you find in market research to the social data. Social data until now has been just used like scratching the surface, I think, or I believe, because people look into the conversation, what people says, what is actually publicly available, and people is saying. The way we do it is by creating a panel. We created a panel over the past few years, which includes over 10 million American consumers. They give us full access to their private profiles. So we see everything they do and everything they say. And it's actually the do part, the most interesting one, because it's all that metadata that usually people is not talking about, but is actually doing. So it's liking a place, it's going or checking in another one. It's a whole bunch of different activities of liking, sharing, whatever, which doesn't include any text or any conversation. And this is where we really get most of the information. We get all this data and put it back into a SaaS platform, so software as a service, which works similarly to, as a result, to MRI or Simmons, where you get a study of the American consumer. So you can get in, slice and dice, and figure out any group or any subset of the audience you're looking for. So that's in a couple of words what Cubeyou is. So it took us several years to get to the number or the size of the panel we have now. We usually leverage much more like information and giving something back to them rather than paying panelists. So we don't pay panelists, we give them something back. So we create some analysis, we create some psychological profiles that we share with them, or give some suggestion about their lives or things they're interested about, or even games, like which kind of animal are you based on your social profile, something like that. And people just, for the will of learning and understanding new things or share something with their friends, they opt into this type of paneling structure. So as we said, we are looking to social data. So differently from other, let's say, study of the American consumers out there, we don't ask questions to consumer. We just see how they behave. Those metadata and those information that they share without even knowing, because, I mean, you check in a place and then the next day you like a post about, I don't know, Virgin and Galactic, and the day after that you make a smiley face on the Facebook page of, I don't know, Coca-Cola or something like that. You keep on doing those things, and those things pile up over time, and we follow those things every single day. So we collect them, put them all together, and we just observe them. And from observing all this information, you can really draw a perfect profile of that person. You can understand a lot of information about what they're interested about, their personality traits, a whole bunch of other type of really in-depth knowledge of the people just by watching how they behave and what they do. So what's next? I mean, the reason why we got in this market is we saw two major trends. The first one is that marketers need something that is at the speed of marketing. Research has always been lagging behind, or recently it's been lagging behind, because it takes time to create a panel, come up with information, everything. Well, marketing is changing every day. You gotta come up with a new campaign, put it up on the social or on typical or custom normal channels, and they need something fast. So that was one of the main reasons why we got there, and that's the old technology we built. So it's around being fast, crunching thousands, millions of data points in real time. So whatever you're looking for, you can really find it there, and you can find it fast. So that was one of the things. But the second one, which I find it's even more interesting, is that big data is exploding, or has already exploded probably, and it's not like in the past that people didn't have information. Now they have an overload of information in many different sources. So what we're going to work and what we're working on right now is making sure that all those sources come into one single place. So the first step is the integration we're doing now with MRI. Actually, it's going to come out in the news, I think, Monday. So I'll give you a preview here. We basically made a partnership with them, and all the data around consumption will be available on our platform. So you can go from the social interest into the consumption and understand how those two words are connected to each other. And it's going to be just the first step. Our idea is really to onboard any type of data and fuse it at user level. So you can really, that that's the exact same person on social, and he answered the survey from MRI in this case, or any information that brands might have on their CRM is going to be integrated and loaded into the platform, so you can seamlessly jump from one data set to the next with one single platform.